How's it going, everybody? So I had a question that was about divine timing, and also basically the question was like, does opening certain chakras and does having specific revelations have to do with divine timing, or is it something that is able to be done at any time? So this one actually can go pretty deep, because divine timing actually is something I think is different than what people think that it is. So divine timing acts out of time, meaning like it's not a part of time. So it's not something that is, hold on one second, sorry. It's not something that is that's dealing with the same laws of time. So divine timing works kind of like it works at all times because it is timeless. What it is it's the synchronization of the soul's purpose with the free will of an entity. And so everything that happens to you happens in divine timing, but at the same time you have full free will to do whatever it is that you choose to do. So these revelations, they can come to you at any time, because time is not real. So once you see that time isn't real, you realize that everything is happening right now. Like everything is going on all outside of time, and it's all happening right now. And through that means that all time is divine timing, but also at the same time there is no time either. So divine timing really is just like a constant kind of shifting through the same now moment. So that's why they say like everything has already happened, but at the same time it's happening right now. So like it's like kind of like the same energy as like sorry, I smelled something. It's kind of like the same energy of understanding like how okay, so it's literally sitting outside of time. All right, so what that means is that these divine timing moments are attached to an awareness that doesn't sit within the confines of a linear timeline. So your revelations that you're having and your opening of your chakras are all happening at the same time when it comes down to this perspective. So in this perspective of the soul point of view, all this stuff has already happened, and both is happening at the same time. And same with all the parallel realities that you are a part of as well. Revelations and things like that generally seem to come when you sync yourself up with the timeline that your soul chose for you to be your most purposeful timeline. So whenever you sync your free will up with the most divine soul blueprint is when you start to experience a lot of synchronicities and things. And that's you being in line with your divine timing. But at the same time, you can literally go an entire lifetime without being in divine timing, but at the same time it all would still be divine timing, because you weren't in alignment with your soul's purpose, but at the same time you were doing what was meant to be. So you were still in alignment to your soul's purpose, because you fulfilled your destiny here. It's really kind of confusing, but at the same time, if you start to see it from a perspective that's kind of stepped away from a linear timeline perspective, it makes it a lot easier to understand. So you just got to take yourself and back up away from this kind of concept of start and end, and like a linear timeline of a straight like the beginning of time and the end of time. Like there's no difference between the beginning and the end of time, because there's no such thing as time in the first place. So the beginning and the end are like a loop back onto the same point in the first place. It's like a 4-dimensional loop, really. So it's like it goes and folds out, and then as it's folding out, let me explain this really quick then. So the way that this kind of works is that the universe becomes conscious, then it understands that it can create physical reality. Then it imagines physical reality, but it's not a real thing yet. And then therefore the imagination is already there, right? And then that imagination is then projected like a mirror, or like a film projector kind of, on whatever it is that you're experiencing right now. So that understanding and knowledge of everything that's already, like everything that is or will be or has been, all of that is already known by source before all of it is projected outward. So every single possibility of all infinite timelines is already understood and known by your soul before you even incarnate onto a planet, because the only way for the physical reality to have manifested is for it to have been kind of already thought of, you see? So like all this stuff has already happened, but at the same time we're living it out right now. So it's almost like we're like living time backwards in a way, but with full free will to do whatever we choose, because there's infinite possibilities of each timeline. So it's a gift from our higher selves, because it gives you full free reign to choose any of the directions to go, and at the same time you have infinite time to do it. And it's a gift from your higher self, literally. Like it was almost like God made, or God thought, and then through its thought it made everything, and then now we are kind of experiencing the back end or the trail of everything. It's almost like everything was like a comet, if you want to think about it linearly, and we're seeing that big line behind it, but the comet has already gone away. So we're seeing the light projection remnants of what is left. And I know that makes it sound like there is no free will left, but in reality there's another layer to it that's on another dimensional level that kind of it splits everything into infinite possibilities and timelines, which then gives the possibility for any kind of free will action. This stuff gets really deep, and it's kind of difficult to explain sometimes, but I hope that the way that I'm coming across is I hope that you guys can understand where I'm coming from. So basically what it is that everything was imagined and then projected through that imagination. So you are the imaginer and you are the imagination at the same time. So you are the projector and the thing that is being projected at the same time. And then through that, you are outside of time, because you are the one who makes up the manifestation of time in the first place. Like you're the person who has made up a linear timeline in the first place. So if you just like let go of that belief of a linear timeline, then everything would start to happen at the same time. And it'd probably be pretty hard for you to function in regular reality, but at the same time you would be completely in divine timing as well. So basically everything, instead of you doing everything, it would all be done through you at that point, and therefore you become a vessel for the divine, rather than having a free will kind of choice thing. And it still is your free will, but it's your free will to go with the optimal timeline of your soul's purpose. So I'll go deeper onto this some other time, but I just wanted to kind of go into this a little bit because I thought it was kind of interesting. So I hope y'all got something good out of this, and yeah, I'll make another one later. So take care.